So it should say we're recording now. And then I think, I don't know exactly how to do all this stuff yet because I have not run a Zoom call like this before, but I guess I'm going to ask Nathan and Jason and Bryan to unmute.
Got it.
Awesome. And everybody else that's here, you guys get to know that these are the 3 designers of the 2021 releases from 524 Labs that are going to be coming out next. So you guys are here to be able to meet the designers and hear about the overviews of games first before anyone else. So exciting stuff there. I also want to make sure that I get everybody written down in probably in the chat. I don't know. Not everybody is Zoom savvy. So if you need a little instruction, there is a chat at the bottom that Kelly and Greg already are well versed in. And if you could put your name in the chat, if you are not necessarily the designers, but like the players that have gotten to this point, that way I can do something extra special for you guys when I send out your prizes, because I'm super excited you're here for this. So go ahead and type your names into the group chat so that way I have, and I'll save this chat at the very end. So that way I can, I don't know, I might handwrite you a note or, send you a picture of my cat. I don't know. There's excitement here. Very proud that you're all here. All right. And I have Miss Kathleen over here too. Hi, Kathleen. You can unmute and say hi. She was doing yesterday's, she is the puzzle master of all of the things that you guys have been figuring out. She made them. So bow down.
We had help with Matthew too.
And Matthew
the illustrious
also,
secret of Matthew.
Yes, he is
Most
also
assuredly.
one of
Yes.
the puzzle masters and also the beginning of the coding of Stache, the evil piece of code that I hate
Well, it's
so
funny
much.
because the toilet paper one was one of our first ones because especially this was like, we started this back in like late May, like early June, talking about this. No, it was May. And which seems like 600 years ago now at this point. But it was so funny because we're like, people are at home, what can they do? And it was like immediately like toilet paper roll side tail. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, what was more emblematic, at that point when we all went into quarantine was like the need for toilet paper. And so that was like one of our very first ones that we came up with. But anyway, I'll mute myself. Hello, everyone.
Oh, yes. and for the designers who, you guys got the easy version of getting to this meeting. I just sent you the code. Everybody else had to get through several puzzles to get to it. And this specific one, you had to figure out that it was a side tail and then wrap it around. Kelly called it a craft project. She's like, why am I doing a crafting project when I thought I was just going to be figuring out puzzles? And she posted she didn't use the toilet paper tube, which I always call her out for because she posted it just as rounded. But yeah, we totally went to the toilet paper shortage at the time when we were starting to figure this all out. So congrats to everyone to getting to this point. So let me see here. And again, because you guys are honored guests, I wanted to take the time to actually roll call. And Lynn, why don't we start with you? Do you want to go ahead and unmute, say your name, and I'll tell you you're awesome.
I'm Lynn.
Hello.
Live from Sweden.
Wonderful. You're awesome because you made it here. Kelly, you should unmute and say hi.
Hi, sorry, I was dealing with the dirty diaper.
I knew it. I knew, like, when I saw you running around, I'm like, oh, the child has done something. I understand completely. Awesome. So Kelly is here. You can, so she gets roll call, as well as Simon, who, oh my gosh, it is so late there. Thank you. After all of your hard work all day running escape rooms for your students, and now you're still here. Is it 11 there?
Yes, it's 11 p.m. here.
Oh my gosh.
We've been awake doing escape rooms from like 10 a.m. this morning.
Oh.
So we're a bit tired, but this is so fun and excited, so we just had to be here.
Thank you. You are an honored guest. So then I have Paul here. Hello, Paul.
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm Paul. I'm in England, so I'm just an hour earlier than Simon.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you. You are also one of our honored guests. And Greg, and it's Greg and Christian?
Kristen. Yeah.
Kristen.
So speaking of baby duty, she's feeding our child right now.
I understand. Great job, guys.
We've been putting our heads together, so thanks.
Congratulations. I'm so glad that you guys could work on something together like this. So, all right. Now those honored guests are all in here. So I also have 3 honored guests that are our designers. And I think that we're going to touch base with, like, I am going to try and share my screen to show little things that will help with this. But gosh, I don't even know how to start. So the reason why we've got all 3 designers is because we have 3 new releases coming, and these are not mint games. They're all in mint tins, but they are not mint games. So the only one up to this point that's been officially announced, I believe, is Jason's. So let's start with you so that we can keep the mystery towards the end. So Jason, I'm going to go ahead really quick and figure out if I know how to share a screen and if I can do it correctly because I have it right here. Yes. I'm so smart. All right. So right here, this is called Starforge. And do you see these amazing pieces? I mean, how cool is this? That these are going to be acrylic pieces that are, the puzzling kind of thing. So what is awesome is that he is the winner of the Game Crafters Mint Tin Design Contest, which was in 2019. I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to go much more down into it because he has it in his hands to show us. So I'll go ahead and stop that. Cool. So you can see my mug. All right. So Jason, who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. And thanks for everybody who put the effort into the puzzle. That's really awesome, especially you folks out there with the late night. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I'm a 40-something-year-old game designer and moonlight during the day, I guess I say, doing graphic design. And this was my first big contest win, like Rachel said, at the Game Crafter. And when I saw what they could do with these mint tin right from the cover, screen printed to these sweet little acrylic pieces.
That's so cool.
Basically, if you know anything about vector files, anything with a shape can be made into 3D pieces. And I've been wanting to make something that could make spaceships. So one night when some other design idea wasn't working, this thing finally popped and fit into place, literally.
That's so cool. Well, awesome. So you also have other stuff going on. You just became a publisher yourself with Jason Tagmeyer, and you guys are doing Wonderfall, is that right? Wonderspell.
Wonderspell, yeah.
Wonderspell, and so that's other amazing things that you have going on. You do some work with PNP Arcade, and I'm sure you have an amazing little family too.
I do. If it's my number one playtester, my wife, who helped me a lot through Starforge and a number of games we were just playtesting yesterday. So that and our 5-year-old son keeps us quite busy. So I can understand the diaper runs and all that.
Awesome. And really quick here, it looks like we have Aiden that is going to join us too. It popped up that he had someone else in the waiting room. So hello, Aiden, whenever he is able to hear, connecting into audio. And so, hey, Aiden, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. You are a valued guest of honor whenever you're able to hear us and or speak back, because it automatically mutes you when you arrive. So we were just meeting Jason Greeno. He is one of the designers of this 2021 release of Starforge, and so he has been kind of walking us through what that was like. So what inspired you to make Starforge?
Well, I was a huge fan of Galaxy Trucker, which, if you're not familiar, is more of like a assemble the spaceship out of cardboard tiles kind of game by Vlada. A little bit more humorous pick up and deliver type game. I was looking for something, I love Galaxy Trucker, but I wanted something with like a serious 4X kind of tilt to it. And when I saw the opportunity with the acrylic pieces, and the contests are always really motivating, I was like, this is my chance. And a good little 30-minute, maybe 20-minute game that you can play with another friend.
Awesome. That's cool. So would you say that's your overview of the game, or what specific mechanics do you think it is? Like, how many does it play, and then how a little bit of the gameplay of it?
Yeah, it's a 2-player game, head-to-head, with asymmetrical gameplay. I think that's the thing most people are excited about. One side are the humans, the other side are the goo. I got to show these pieces here. So the goo is this icky, sticky race that forms ships like so, and they battle in the middle. These planet cards form the galaxy like a straight line across, all the way over to their home worlds. And in the middle is this human-created Starforge. They created their own star to save their universe, and now they're all battling over the power of it. And once they meet in the middle, there's a bunch of dice battles, and sort of like a StarCraft kind of experience, but again, like real quick, 20, 30 minutes gameplay. Throw it in a tin, take it with you, wherever you want.
Sounds familiar. Love it. Well, cool. So also we have here, and Nathan, I have said your last name, I don't even know, a myriad of different ways. So I'm going to let you just say it so I don't screw it up.
Sure. I'm Nathan Meunier, and I'm sort of a newer game designer. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Yeah, I'm not sure how, do you want me to dive in, or what do you want to?
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Like I just said, I'm kind of like newer to game design. I've been doing digital design, game design for a while, and I've transitioned over into tabletop, small scale cardboard game design primarily. And I like games that are kind of spooky or weird, quirky themes.
Yes, the theme. So I'll show real quick, because I since I'm sharing my screen, I have this one up too. So Nathan, so Jason's, we saw him win the Game Crafter, grabbed that. Then Nathan, I was a backer. I backed this game because it has been published before. And so this is also new in that this is the first time we've ever bought a game to republish it. So we thought this game is so cool that everybody else needs to have it, and we have a slightly larger audience. So let's get it in everybody's hands, right? So I will go ahead and share this screen. There you are. So this is called The Blessed Dark. It is cult themed. So this is going to be our first delve into a horror theme. And I told Nathan this was, I'll just glance here. Let's go to the actual campaign here. And looks like you had 750 backers, which is awesome. And this is kind of what it looks like laid out. 2 to 4 players in 15 to 30 minutes. And it was just really, really cool to see what he put together. And I told Nathan that the first time we played Blessed Dark was at church. And he said that is probably the first time I've ever heard somebody tell me that. And very much the different, like, because Justin and I would would usually take some and play something while the kids were in kids church. And oh man, I was like, oh, I got this new one. I really want to get to the table, but I don't know a whole lot about it. I forgot because Kickstarter, you forget about it for like a while. And so I was like, oh, cool. We're summoning demons. This is amazing. And it was a good time. So I love this because these are the questions that I have here. What inspired you to make the Blessed Dark?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the original idea for the game was to, well, I like the idea of the mint tin format, like the small scale, like what can you fit in a tin? So that's where I started of like, what can fit in a tin that's not just like cards? So I was able to fit 32 little mini-sized cards. These like little cute mini-sized cards. Mm-hmm. 3 really small dice, and a whole bunch of these, about 20 of these little blood tokens, mm-hmm. And an instruction sheet. So I was able to kind of like fit that in this little Altoid-sized tin. This is like the Kickstarter prototype, so it's basically just hand labeled and hand done.
Right.
But that was the idea. Was like, what can I fit in here? And I was able to figure out like, this is kind of what I can fit in here without it being too full. And then it was like, what can I do with that? So I started experimenting with sort of mechanics, which we can dig into a little bit. But like, mostly like the idea of like playing like a micro Yahtzee game with like push your luck and a little bit of take that combined.
Yes.
And the idea was like, well, I like spooky things. So let's just go full on with a really heavy, strange, culty, spooky theme.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember my immediate thought is, R&D. Oh, there's a mint tin design up on Kickstarter. Click, let's go ahead and back that. I'd love to see it. Not all the time is it something that I go, oh. And I immediately took that to the next team retreat and we played that. I was like, do you think maybe we could talk to him? I don't know if he's going to reprint. Do you think he'd reprint? Do you think, and we just took it from there. We reached out, and now we get a chance to bring Blessed Dark to you guys. So that's going to be a really cool thing to see come to market this next year. Why don't you give us a quick overview, like a play through a turn type idea?
Sure. So basically the idea of the game is that you are cultists vying for the favor of the Dark Ones, or basically you're trying to gather blood, place spell cards into your grimoire, which is like your tableau, basically cast spells from your tableau, and also conduct rituals. So the idea is you're basically trying to get victory points at the end of the game by summoning demons that give you points. You also get points for some other stuff, but the game is kind of very quickly streamlined. You can only do one thing per turn, and it goes around, and the things you can do, you can draw a card. You start with a card, and you put one down, so you have something to start with, but you basically draw a card. You can place a card into your grimoire as an option, which is basically your tableau. You can draw 2 blood tokens to add to your blood pool, which is used for manipulating spells or manipulating dice rolls. Or you can conduct a ritual. When you conduct a ritual, you have 3 chances to roll the 3 dice to try to fulfill the roll conditions in certain spells in your tableau, which lets you exhaust a spell by tapping it, turning it sideways, and doing its effect. So basically, you're like trying to build up this tableau of things you can do, and then trying to like, can you pull them off? Some of the spells are turned; they summon demons, so they become end-game scoring points. Some of the spells directly negatively affect other players, like steal trade cards, let you do different things that manipulate the board or the playing field. So it's a mixture of basically a little bit of take that, but it's sort of lighthearted because the game is always like fluctuating. It's kind of like hard for anyone to get like too far ahead because there's always opportunities for people to kind of turn the tables. Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically just trying to get points by the game. The game ends when you run out of cards. There's only 32 cards in the deck, so they go pretty quickly, and there's just a lot of shifting around control of what's happening. But it's a lot of fun to kind of see what you can do, and then also like trying to roll dice. So there's some luck involved, but there's also the ability to manipulate those dice by spending blood you've accrued. So it's not entirely luck based. You get to kind of play around with it a little bit.
Awesome. And it did remind me, and I could be even remembering this incorrectly, but wasn't one of your tiers like, or something to this effect, that your cat was going to sign it or something? Because I saw your cat. What was it?
Yeah, it was the cat blessing tier. So they're 2 cats, Seamus, Man the Cat, and Nuggy, and they're friendly, and they always like are hanging out and batting my components when I'm trying to design stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to have a tier where it's like I would have them bless copies, which involved me like having them kind of sniff and interact with them and take pictures of that, which was kind of fun.
I don't know if I sprung for the cat blessing tier, but I appreciate it.
I sent pictures and like numbered the copies to make sure everyone got the exact copy that the picture for.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. I love a diligent creator. That's fantastic. Well, cool. And then, so I love the range of having all three of you here, because you have Jason, who the contest, and then Nathan, that's already been published. And then we have Bryan, and Bryan is a first-time designer that just pitched us when we were at PAX. And he actually ended up, his friend was with him, and I got run off, like I ran off with his, and then one of the other guys on the team took your pitch, and so I haven't even got to see all the exciting stuff that you're about to show me, so I'm real excited.
You were a little bit busy at the convention.
I was slightly distracted that day for sure. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that it's just you and your wife, right?
Yep. Yeah. Just me and my wife. My name's Bryan Staudt. Like the teapot or like the beer, whichever you prefer. I have been designing games for several years, but like many designers, I have probably started dozens of designs and only actually gotten a handful of them anywhere near being finished. But this is one that I was able to pitch to Rachel and her coworkers. Yeah.
Awesome. So your game that you designed, I have no share screen because this is the first time anybody is ever seeing it. So this is Castle Siege, and it's another duel like Jason's, but not at all like Jason's, in that this is 18 cards.
Yep.
And you don't necessarily have to have a table. You're doing everything in your hand.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be somewhat similar to Palm Island, except you are sort of like dueling someone here. And so yeah, it's called Castle Siege. The idea is that you are building this castle in kind of like in the spaces between your fingers. So you're holding your deck, and these are like earlier versions of the cards, so they'll look different from this. But you are holding your deck like this, and you start the game with your castle keep in between your pinky and your ring finger, which is like your bottom slot. And then as you build cards up, you put them into the next slot and the next slot, and then you can put like catapults on top of those, and you're kind of like firing back and forth across at each other's castles. And so again, you can play it without a table. You can lay it out on a table if you want, but the idea is you can be standing in line with a friend, at a convention or whatever, and play it like that. So you get, like I said, catapults, archers. You even have like a siege troll and stuff like that you attack each other's castles with, and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Man, I am just so excited about the range of these releases. Like, this is so exciting. So that's basically a back and forth duel. And I'm just trying to think that what I want to do now is, in the comments in the chat, if you guys have questions, we can totally do a Q&A kind of thing with the designers, with Kathleen, with myself, whatever you guys would like to do, whatever you have questions about. And we're all here to hear you right now, since you guys worked so hard to find us. And then after we give that a little bit of time, I know the other reason why you're all here is because you need the next pieces to the puzzle to keep going. And so I can then give you the codes to go on. So before we do that, though, I totally want to hear some questions. So I can play some jazzy music, go back to, it is very painful to me to ever do an actual riffle shuffle, but I got Taco Cat goat cheese pizza the other day so that I could play it with my kids, and I don't feel bad about riffle shuffling these. So this has been my fidget today. I just kind of back and forth shuffle here. So Is there anything? I'll go ahead and jump in the chat and see. They have a troll. Yes. Do we have a troll? I have it over here. Hang on. Oh, this is the only one I actually have on hand because Justin made me a PNP of it last night. Archers, catapult, siege tower, a troll, and then archer. Yep. Okay. Greg has a question, and I will have you go ahead and unmute and ask it yourself.
Oh man, really? Okay.
I know. Do the work.
Okay. So Bryan, a question for you. I heard you say that it was 18 cards. What made you get to that constraint? I dabble in game design myself. I've been kind of involved in the industry on the periphery. So I was just curious, 18 cards seems to be a pretty common thing, like love letter and stuff like that. So I was just curious if you originally designed the game for a specific contest, or if maybe you fell in love with the small card sort of form factor, and that's kind of what led you started out that way. Or did you like guide yourself? Did you like strip things down as you were designing to hit that 18 card target?
Yeah, so it's funny you ask. When I started doing game design, I started off trying to build these massive dungeon crawlers and things like this, and you quickly find out that it takes exponentially more time to make these big games. So I had to learn over doing several games to like just keep scaling it down. So this one was actually designed. You're right, it was for a contest. I think Jason mentioned Jason Tagmeyer earlier. And yes, this was designed for a button shag contest. They had a contest that was specifically 18 cards, and you're not allowed to use a playing surface of any kind for it. So I designed it for that contest. I don't think I even placed at all, but but that was a lesson learned for me, is that like even though it didn't do well in that contest, I showed it to Rachel and John, and they really liked it. And so what's good for one company or one publisher might not be good for another, and just a matter of like continuing to show it to people and refine it and make it better.
That is absolutely true. I mean, I always look at everything. I mean, for the Game Crafter contest, there was three other Mint 10 type companies that were looking at it, and we didn't even get a chance to be involved in that. And these are all the small Altoid size, not the typical big, huge. I don't even have any. Wait, oh, I do. Hang on. Ours are larger, typically, like this, and all of these are this size. So the difference. And so one of the other cool things that I suppose I could maybe say, since this is technically a secret, even though it's going to be live tomorrow, but we've been working with JT to run our own design contest to fit in these size tins that we are now helping supply the Game Crafter with this size of tin. So that will now be an option. So, and we'll be using that to recruit. The other thing, while we're talking about contests, this is a good aside. I was talking to Kathleen about this. I'm like, how am I going to bring this up? This is perfect. Mint 10 contests. I am going to take a moment to give you one part of the code. So let's see here. Share my screen. I don't know if very many people know that the 2015 Mint 10 design contest on BGG is where MintWorks was found. It was made for that. And MintWorks didn't win, just like what we were talking about, Bryan. You don't have to win to be bigger than any of these ones that did win.
Oh.
I didn't say that. I don't know if that's actually like true. I don't know. but I just haven't, I guess, heard of them. But so let me see here. Yes, it had the themes, it had the artwork, and like it said, it was not all the top there. So we did get a good Geek Gold payout from, I mean, there's a lot of Geek Gold, but that is what we wanted to highlight, that this is a contest. Justin, it was his first game. I look over there because he's over there playing EverQuest. You want to say hi? Hi. I don't think anybody heard you because I don't think my microphone works like that. But if anybody in this call right here is camera shy, Justin is probably like 5 times more camera shy than you are.
Oh,
so
because one of my best puzzle ideas, Justin absolutely nixed it because it would require his physical presence on camera.
It is true. Well, and I think everybody on this call has seen it, but you know,
okay.
the ASL one where I am doing all of my finger spelling that I cannot do in that fast. That's all just stop action pictures because I can't do that. The idea that Kathleen had for that is that she wanted me and Justin to go out and take pictures of our bodies creating
the letters
like this or whatever, and then make it like into a dance. And I was like, okay, you are so embarrassing, as like, no. And then Justin's like,
yeah, because then it would have been like them twerking, right? With
like
them like
twerks.
Physically like bending to make the letters like M-I. It'd be like twerking. It was perfect. I'm still disappointed in Justin, and I'm gonna say it.
I can't wait till you see this on the internet tomorrow, dear. We're calling you out right now for not doing the twerking alphabet.
Yeah, I mean, right. Raise your hand if you think that would have been hilarious. Everyone,
I mean,
right now,
it's
raise your
working.
hands. Thank you.
A twerking alphabet. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. So, the reason why I brought up
Aiden. I see you too.
I see you. So the code, this is a 3-part code that you're going to have to tell Stache. The first one is R4D6. And the reason why that is the code is because R4D6 is the BGG user that always ran the Mint Tin contests. So we have to pay homage to that. A lot of these things have been minty trivia, and we've been just trying to kind of reach back into the history books of the Mint line and try and find fun little things that we can use as reference points. So the other thing is, I don't know if anybody, I have not in the Discord, Kathleen, have you seen anybody make any mention or any note of any of these weird numbers that are just randomly stuck in the puzzle? Like,
I don't know anything about what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Like the things that were maybe like scratched in the dirt at the crossroads, or I don't know, some.
I don't know. I don't really pay too much attention to puzzle hunt stuff like this. Sorry, it's not really my wheelhouse.
Well, I really hope.
Telling you anything.
I really hope people are paying attention to those because nobody said anything about them. So I really hope they are written those down somewhere. Anyways, so we really need.
Hey, Rachel, I just wanted to let you know that your mic was on when you were saying that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Zut alors.
Zut alors. Okay, so for no apparent reason, there are also some numbers that you guys really need to know right now. So I'm about to give you those numbers. 41-128370. And I will go ahead and put these in the chat. And then also -8.615724. Oh, did I say that? I said dash. Okay, so apparently I have messed this up. I'm saying it again. 41.128370. And then Kelly, of course you were wondering because you don't miss anything. And then negative 8.615724. I am now going to put that in the chat along with R4. Maybe, hang on, click R4, D6, and 41.128370, and negative 8.615724. Cool. It's in. Got it? Awesome. So I am not going to upload this to the 524 YouTube channel until tomorrow morning. So the only people that are able to continue the hunt at this point, past any of these walls that have been imposed by participation or time-based because of the meeting, you guys are the only ones that have it now. So thank you guys so much for being here. I would love to have you all mute and say hi because I'm so excited that you're here. Unmute and say hi. And I'll say bye to you all and I'll go. Bye. Thank you to all of my designers, all of my amazing people here. Bye, guys.
Thanks for staying up late for us overseas.
So much overseas participation.
Thank you, everybody. And I am looking forward to these products.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.